Labyrinth of the Ancients. This is the first 24-man raid in the game. Let's watch the intro. If plot starts to happen, I will skip it. I think it's just a walk-in. I forgot how epic this looked. Wow. So, when you enter, you will be coming in and going immediately to the left. All the other passages will be blocked by barriers, and we will enter the first trash area. Unlike other games, the trash areas in these raids are not significant portions of the game. Alright, and somebody pulled. No, that was just the teleporter turning on. Right, pop our sprint. So this first section, you see these guys? These guys were in the last boss in one of the dungeons. Now usually you tank it over with the group, but I just don't want to get anybody hit with certain attacks. You want to tank them in a stack so that everyone can AoE them down. It'll be easier in the next section because they're not going to have as many AoE attacks. It feels like... I can't... I'm running in molasses. The debuff disease. Slows my movement and healing. Incoming healing. So the greater demons you want to kill, tank them near each other, do not, you don't have to do anything special for them. They'll do a massive knockback at one point, and you'll be stunned for like a second afterwards, but like that, they go down fast. Now here, the old way of doing things is one tank per era. And you usually went based upon your party. So B would take middle, B would take left, and A would take right. Or vice versa. Swap C and D. I had my camera backwards. So they are going to do fireballs on the ground. In all of these areas, there will be poison that come up. They will do a dark mist. You don't want to get hit by that at all. Aside from the fact that it might kill you, it stuns you as well. Quite a bit. See, he's still stunned. So about a 6-7 second fear. And that's all the trash for the first boss. First boss is the Bone Dragon. The Bone Dragon is traditionally done... The old way of doing it was to gather up... Keep the boss in the middle. As soon as the boss dies, he's going to spawn I'm getting ahead of myself. Skeletons will spawn during the fight. Before this boss dies, a tank would grab one of the skeletons, and pull it away. And usually they would kill him at the end of the platform. Now, since they do not do as much damage, everybody just lets them train out. So, whereas, all 6 of them, however many of them going off, didn't kill everybody, that's basically how the fight goes now, is they just soak the damage, because it's not a wipe anymore. The boss also has other abilities where if you're standing in front of him at a certain point, you will get stunned, I think, or feared, unable to function. If two of the skeletons are killed next to each other, they will run fast, so you don't have the time to kill them. So the old way of doing it, to clarify, tank boss in the middle, skeletons spawn, the off tanks will grab them and run them off, and the DPS kills them. Preferably down different paths, down different walkways. The way the boss is done now is burn. Just burn everything. Ignore everything and burn. And it works. So we will probably not be... probably won't be doing that after 6.0 drops. I expect things will have to go back to the way they were. Solid boots, that's Bard gear. Bard gear from this place actually doesn't look bad. So after you finish that boss, you will take the teleporter that appears in the room, and you'll appear back at the beginning, and you will take the right path. So this is a section that typically wipes the first time you go through, because somebody will face pull and there won't be enough people inside. Mechanics for this, important. You need 4 people standing on the pad as long as it's lit up. As soon as it fades to gray, you can run off and attack the boss. You've got 4 people standing on that. It removes the invincibility from the boss on the next platform over. As you see, you got purple. Purple's over there. So A controls B's defense, B controls C's, and so forth. You go with your group. As soon as you pull, range DPS stands back here. When you had 2 tanks, both of the tanks would, one would tank the boss and the other would grab the ad that spawns and pull it back to the platform to be killed. Alright, we've pulled. You'll have 4 people standing back there. I'm gonna come over here and start smacking stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Dira, since there's only 1 tank. Pull it back so the DPS can kill it. Alright. Everybody's doing well. Got a greater demon that spawned. I'm gonna smack it. And somebody over in C, in A. See, what happens if you do not have enough people standing on the platform after about, what is it, like 20 seconds? Then a super ad will spawn. The super ad will wipe everybody. And you just have to go back and forth. And you can stop standing on your platform when the Atomos in your lane dies. Or when the Atomos in... So, B can stop standing on their platform. The Atomos in your lane dies, usually best to go stand on your platform. Just in case, because people will run off. Like that. Zoe, get back here. Zoe, get back here. Even right now, we could wipe. I thought Zoe was listening to me, so there's my mistake. Okay. So we are the only ones that need to be on our platform. Because their Atomos is the only one that's still up. Almost every iteration of the raids has had an Atomos type fight. Whether it's a variation of Atomos or not. Alright, Thanatos is going to be the second boss. The Atomos fight is one that people screw up constantly. It's been out for, 8 years now, and people are still screwing it up. So, if you screw it up, don't feel bad. Just get back and do it right. It's easy once you know how to do it. So, Thanatos. Thanatos cannot be tanked the traditional way. The pots are going to turn each alliance raid, each alliance group, ethereal in succession. So right now, I can't do any damage to Thanatos. Invulnerable, invulnerable, invulnerable. So, in the old days, you had healers protect the magic pots and heal them up, because adds will spawn that will go out and attack the pots. If a pot dies, then that group can no longer be turned ethereal to attack the boss. As tanks, our job is to gather up these nemesis and kill them. The DPS will take care of the Sandmen since they are untankable. But as soon as your group becomes etherealized, if you're the tank, in the new group that gets etherealized, you take over. Because the last tank will lose their ethereal status and will no longer be able to deal damage or tank the boss. It usually doesn't get to the point where Group C can tank the boss. Alright, you get the stuff, you get the loot, you roll for your loot. And we head down the center path. Take the teleporter. The final path is going to be unlocked in front of you. And you will be coming up on the next bit of trash. Now, whatever group you're in is going to be what dictates where you stand for a lot of these. Like in the Atomos fight, you can see still marked on the map, A, B, C. A to the left, B to the center, C to the right. It's almost always going to be like that. I don't know of any variation away from that. So, when you get to a boss fight like this that's in the round, this is not really a boss, this is more trash. A goes on the left, B goes in the center, D goes on the right. So we are going to be going for, remember, auto run. Pay attention when you use auto run, because you can end up pulling the entire place. Something to note with the Atomos fight, if you get locked out and you get the teleport in, you will be teleporting to A's section. You will not get teleported to your section. You will get teleported to the one all the way to the north, all the way to the left. So you'll end up here. You can have like the entire raid up here if nobody was standing inside. And it would be a wipe. Okay, so I'm going to run. I'm going to engage that Vasago. That is my Vasago. You do not want to tank these things near each other. They are not fun next to each other. There are going to be ads that spawn. There are going to be bombs, and there's going to be one called a napalm. The Allegan balloons, you kill. They're going to be going towards the center, but the napalm, well, the balloons can be tanked. The napalms are the ones that will move towards the center. If they reach the center boss, then the center Allegan bomb, then they are going to blow up for a lot of damage. Make him grow. If he blows up, it's a wipe. So this is the one that you need to kill. All DPS should go on the napalm as soon as it's up. You don't want them reaching the center. I have had it happen, I think, 3 times where the napalm... Nobody killed the napalm and all of them went to the bomb in the center and it blew up before any of these guys got down. But it's been a while since that's happened. These guys are just tank and spank with AoE damage. If your DPS do not stand in front of them, I grab the balloon that came over, or not. Okay, we'll grab that balloon. We will DPS. Napalm is still alive. Arvasico is dead. Napalm. Dead. Once everything is dead, you can go to the other bosses. Once all the bosses are down, you can DPS the boss, the mini boss in the middle. And when he's down, then you come to Stairway. And this is going to be against King Behemoth. I will attempt to tank. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So, King Behemoth, initially you had to run to these towers and activate them every so often to prevent them, to basically depower them. There's going to be constant raid-wide damage going out from an electrified floor. Yep, I'm not going to be main tanking this. So, with him taking the main tank, I'm going to grab the Iron Giant. Iron Giant is an important thing to focus on in this one. He needs to be tanked away from the group, away from these things that fall, the comets. The reason why is because Behemoth is going to cast Ecliptic Meteor, and that's going to land. If you are not hiding behind a comet, you are going to die. That is no ifs, ands, or buts. And I am apparently taking both of them because both the other tanks are dead. So we are going to pop a cooldown. We are going to... Crap. These might not be too far away. That's probably going to be a wipe. Unless they can burn him while he runs around and does merry death. Yep. So if you get marked with a green dot, that means a meteor is going to come down on your head. And you want to stand behind the meteor. If it's too close to the boss, you are going to get hit by his cataclysmic ability. The Iron Giants need to be tanked away from the comets because Meteor Comet because the Iron Giant can destroy them. They'll do a cleave attack that destroys them. So that is why I was grabbing them, and you don't have to be standing right behind it as long as you've got line of sight between the attack, which is centered on King Behemoth, and where you're standing. If you've got a comet between you, you're good. You will block the damage. Welcome back, Andy. So, King Behemoth, I'm not going to be main tanking him because, Renegade was doing much more threat than I was. So I will let them do it. There's just some general friendly jiving going on, and there's like no hostile anger in the party chat, which is nice. There's just like friendly Just friendly ribbing. That's the word I was looking for. So, as I was saying, originally the towers, the raid-wide damage would get more damaging as the static built up in the towers. So you'd have one person, usually a tank, go over there and click on the energy tower console. The reason why a tank would do it is because you would take damage. Come on, get over to me. Now there's a good chance that this guy is not going to get killed. You also had to focus on killing the porobuses. Okay. Because, see, he did a hit against the comet. Caused a lot of damage. The towers could also deal damage to comets as they were on the ground. I can't pick up that other Iron Giant. I'm going to tank a Behemoth. Run, 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 get me a heal. Heal me, please. I'm gonna pop my cooldown just in case. Now, if you are tanking and you pop your Hallowed Ground style cooldown and you get hit with the meteor, you're still gonna die. Because if you read it, it says impervious to most attacks. So, it's sloppy, but that's King Behemoth down. That rarely happens. It rarely happens when somebody says that you guys suck. This isn't story, this is just really cool cutscene that I have not seen in 8 years. Everybody's gonna be running up there. They're gonna be waiting. And welcome the final boss. So, shortcut. I think I covered everything for King Behemoth. Alright, so when you come out, you just run forward into the opening that's created, and you will get teleported up to fight the final boss. If you're in party A, you go to the left. If you're in party C, you go to the right. If you're in party B, you go to the middle. Now, I am not going to be the main tank, but I am going to pull momentarily. This boss, it's best to tank him. A little off-center, and you turn him away from the raid. The reason that you want to do him a little off-center on the first pull is so that people have an easier way of running back to their platform. The platform back here is going to turn to fire, so you don't want to be standing there. About a quarter of the way through, boss is going to run to the middle, and he's going to start casting Ancient Flare. And everybody wants to run back to their platforms and stand on them. You will cast Megiddo Flame, which will gradually get more area of effect as the fight progresses. We're getting close to when he's going to run out. This attack pattern is going to get progressively denser. Okay, he's running to the center, so we run back to our platform. Ancient Flare. We need people from every party. If you're caught in there, you will die. So ads are going to spawn on the platform. Iron Giant. You kill the Iron Giant. Okay, and then you run back. And you don't have to off-center him this time. Just run through and put him there proper. Looks like the other tanks have dropped their tanking stance, which I'm grateful for. Iron Claws will come out throughout the fight and grab one person from each party. And it's best to kill them. Run back, off your sprint, get back to the platform, get the shield up, and we're wiped. That is why you run back as soon as you see him start catching, or as soon as you see him start casting Ancient Flare. But regardless, that was actually really good. Aside from that last wipe, that was almost perfect. You can take the teleporter, which will put you just marginally closer. Alright, when we get everybody back, we can do a ready check because we do have a few people that are deciding to sit this fight out. I'm not that concerned with the people. 2 healers that are not. Okay, everybody's ready. So somebody is probably going to do a battle res on them. Pop that right away just because. Ooh, somebody wanted the onion mask. Alright, so if you're standing in the Abyssal Slash, move out of it. Vacuum Slash, definitely dodge. Vacuum Slash will also become a tri-directional attack. Ancient Flare. Back. So, kill the Iron Giant. I'm going to do something that, as soon as the Iron Giant is down, you can actually run back out. Because it's only the initial flare that gets returned and deals massive damage. As I said, the Megiddo Flame is going to go out in larger quantities. I think what happened with that last wipe is that people got greedy. They saw him so low on life and were like, well, we can push him, but we can't. So we run back to our platform. Please get the shield up. Thank you. All right, we're going to have an Iron Giant this time, and then a Claw immediately after. So dispatch both. The Claws won't deal damage, but they will grab somebody. And I'm glad they let me tank this last boss. That makes me feel good. Oh, and Bobby pulled threat right at the end. That's perfectly fine. But that is Labyrinth of the Ancients. And it actually covered a few of the problems that can occur. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV videos, please like, follow, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. To catch me live, check out my Twitch, link in the description. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.